All right, we are live. Welcome back to the channel, you beautiful people. So before we get started, if you like my content, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and even share with a friend if you believe that they would like my content. My goal for this year is to reach 30,000 subscribers, so I am going to be inching my way towards that, and I'll be trying to upload to the channel at least 3 to 5 times a week, more if possible. Without further ado, let's dive on into it. So this whole topic has been blowing up all over social media for the past few days, and I actually made a video about it already originally, but I didn't like the way it turned out, so I'm gonna do it again. And this is actually going to be probably a first part in a 2-part video because more information has come out. The situation has evolved a little bit more. So without further ado, let's dive on into it. So there's a TikToker by the name of Jessica Fernandez. She tried to call out and expose a guy at the gym for being a creep. And this video has been going all over social media. I'll probably either play this this video in the background, or I'll play it and then continue to dive into the topic. She initially titled the video "How Not to Approach Women at the Gym," right? And she basically was filming herself working out at the gym. And the guy was looking over towards her general direction a few times. She was insulting the guy, calling him a feral, calling him a creep. And she put little paragraphs and little things that I guess she was thinking in her head. And later into the video, he went ahead and grabbed a cleaning or a sanitation wipe to wipe down whatever he was working out on. And he even offered to put some weight on the bar for her. Then he went about his day. So as a fellow gym goer, let me go ahead and give my personal thoughts on this experience, right? So as a fellow gym goer, let me go ahead and give you my personal perspective on this, and also extend an olive branch. I do know that there are some guys who may stare at girls a little bit more than necessary at the gym. That does happen. And it is a problem. I think that people do kind of need to restrain themselves a little bit, but just because someone looks at you in the gym doesn't mean that you need to try to expose them, right? Like a lot of the times people go to the gym in more revealing clothing than normal, right? Girls usually tend to wear like tight yoga pants or, short booty shorts or something like that is more tight and form fitting. And guys usually, wear things like tank tops to expose their arms a little bit more. Some guys maybe even, completely take their shirts off and stuff like that. And overall, the gym is generally a place you go to look more attractive, right? You go there to get fit, yes, but you also go there most of the time. A lot of girls go there to, a lot of times girls go there and they're mostly on the squat machines and on the leg abductor machines and the leg presses, right? Like you don't really see too many girls going in there curling weights, really. Most of the time they're in there to get bigger legs and bigger butts, right? And a lot of times guys are going in there to get bigger arms, bigger chest, shoulders, things like that. So the gym is just a place where you go, of course, to get fit, but a lot of times people go there to, get an ideal physique. And sometimes when you are building your ideal physique, or sometimes when you already have a pretty good physique, you will gain attention. That's just the way it is. You will gain more looks, right? I've gotten looks in the gym from women and men also, and from men, not in a sexual interest way, but just in like a impressive, like, oh, okay, impressive kind of way. And the same thing happens vice versa. Now, let's also address the elephant in the room. She was a young lady who is filming herself working out in the gym, right? You shouldn't be nosy, but it's kind of normal to kind of look at someone and kind of like see like, like what are they doing, right? Because she wasn't just working out by herself, just minding her own business to her own. She was minding her own business, but she probably has a whole little setup. Like she probably has like a little tripod and has her phone set up and everything like that. And I'm going to be honest, as someone who goes to the gym consistently about 5 times a week, every single week, I don't really see many people filming themselves. So if I saw someone filming themselves, I'm not going to lie, it would probably attract my attention a little bit more. And throughout the video, you could see the guy on the machine in the background. It looked like, from the look of it, it looked like one of those machines to where you you put yourself in and your legs are straight, and basically the point of the exercise is that you're supposed to pull your whole body weight up with your hamstrings, right? And it's a leg exercise. She said in the video that she was all the way in the back in the corner of the gym because she doesn't want to experience running into weirdos or creeps or anything like that. And yeah, that's valid, but at the same time, it's a gym. Like, it's a publicly accessible place for anyone who has a membership. Like you don't own the gym. You don't, just because you go in a corner of the gym and use a certain machine doesn't mean that no one else can come over there, right? It's perfectly open to anybody. And by the looks of it, I've been in a situation like this before when I was looking at someone consistently because they were using a piece of equipment that I wanted to use and I wasn't sure how long they were going to be there, right? Now, one thing that some people do sometimes is they will come up to someone in the gym and ask, like, hey, like, how many sets you got? Like, not trying to be rude or anything, but some people feel a little bit uncomfortable with that, right? And as a man, he probably did not want to feel like he was rushing you, maybe, potentially. Maybe he was looking at you because you were attractive, but maybe he was looking at you to see how long you were going to be there or if you were going to leave anytime soon, and if he could probably use that Olympic barbell that you were using to hip thrust. He probably was trying to do deadlifts, or he was probably trying to use the squat rack to hit the squats, right? Because he was on leg day. That's a potential, right? And yes, maybe he was looking at her because he was attracted to her. Maybe he thought that she had a nice figure, whatever the case may be, right? After a period of time, it looks like he goes and grabs a sanitizing wipe. She's scared for some reason or another, and he goes ahead and wipes down his equipment, and he offers to put a plate on the barbell because it looked like she was struggling a little bit. Now, let me say this. People who go to the gym are generally fairly nice people, right? Like, they're generally understanding. Some people think that people who go to the gym are just a bunch of musclehead, roid rage freaks. That's not really the case. A lot of these people are just trying to get into the gym to get fit or to build their physique to, reach their dream body, so to speak. A lot of times we help each other out. If you see someone, like if you're a consistent gym goer, like it looks like he is, if you see someone struggling to, say, put weight on or to lift weight up, like say maybe they've hit a few reps of exercise and they have heavy weight in their hands and they're trying to get it up. Sometimes you just go up and spot someone. You don't even ask them, right? That's just something that you do in the gym, because we all understand why we're all there in the gym. We're all in the gym to reach certain goals, to reach our own, better physiques or whatever we want to achieve, right? And it literally looked like he was trying to help out. And beforehand, it looked like he was trying to use the equipment. And it seemed as though he got the picture. He's like, okay, well, she's probably going to be here for a while. I'll just move on to another exercise. I'll go ahead and wipe down the equipment and move on about my day. And she was trying to victimize herself so much. In the video, she was constantly putting up subtitles and saying of how much of a creep he is, how this isn't how you should approach girls at the gym. Why is he staring at me? Why is he walking over? This, and that, right? And I mean, this is just pure narcissism at work. At the end of the day, that's just the gym environment. And it just seems like people just want to be victims so bad to where they're trying to make something out of nothing. And the fact that she really sat here through this whole situation, recorded herself, and then looked back through the video, added all the captions and everything like that, and still posted it online, it's very telling about what kind of person she is. And this is another little tidbit I want to add in here. This is a reason why a lot of men don't approach women anymore. And I know this whole thing was about the gym and about her trying to say that this man was sexualizing her or whatnot, but let me take it off on a little tangent here. A lot of women these days, I've seen on, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, a lot of women are complaining about how men aren't being chivalrous anymore, right? About how men aren't helping women carry heavy things, about how men aren't offering to help women change tires, about how men are not approaching women in public when they feel all dressed up and when they feel all hot. They're like, oh, men aren't approaching us anymore. Men aren't doing this anymore. Men aren't doing that anymore. What's happening to men, right? These are the kind of things that are happening to men. One big fear that men have is being labeled a creep. it's very funny because something that maybe an attractive man or a man who has appeared or seen as attractive to other women, he could do something and it's seen as sexy or it's seen as, dominant or confident. But then a man who may be seen as unattractive could do the exact same thing in that situation and he would be labeled a creep, right? And that is one big fear that men have. That's why a lot of men don't approach women out of fear of being a creep. That's why a lot of men don't help women anymore or don't hold doors open for women anymore or don't do anything in general that traditional men would do, because now you could be labeled as a creep for it, right? And yes, there are some creep guys out there, and sometimes they just do some really out of pocket weird shit. But at the same time, there are genuine good men out there who are just trying to be kind. And when you try to do something like that, you can be labeled as a creep. That de-incentivizes you to do anything for women anymore. Because it's like, nope, I don't want to be labeled a creep. I don't want to be blasted on TikTok, just like she did, right? And also, let me point out that he wasn't doing anything very strange. It's not like this man was, staring at her, like not breaking eye contact, not looking away whatsoever. It's not like he was in the corner of the gym choking the chicken, if you get what I'm saying, right? Like, he wasn't doing anything like that. He was just merely existing. And this is one experience that, maybe a lot of women don't understand, but maybe need to, is that as a man, you kind of have to walk on eggshells to make sure that you try not to make women feel uncomfortable. And even when you try to, as I can see this guy was trying to do, and he was just trying to be nice, you could still be labeled a creep and blasted all over social media, right? And also, one thing I want to add before I go ahead and sign off on this is that if you feel uncomfortable being around people or being in the gym with other people or maybe having people look at you in the gym, then don't go to the gym, all right? Work out at home. Like, sometimes you get looked at, and like sometimes, like, say for instance, if you go to a gym and if you are an attractive person, man or woman, sometimes you will get looked at, and that's just a fact of life. It's just what happens. And especially if you have a good physique too, especially if you are attractive, right? It just happens. It's no reason to do anything like this. And the fact that she really did this, went over the video, and still believed it was appropriate to post and try to demonize this guy and try to victimize herself is honestly, it's appalling. But yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. What do you all think? All right, post in the comments below. If you like the video, give me a like and subscribe. All right. Also, watch out for me on Rumble. I'll be posting all the videos I post on YouTube on Rumble, and I will also be posting Rumble exclusives that I feel are too edgy or may get me demonetized or channel striked or whatever the case may be on YouTube, right? So, hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, remember, always think for yourself, all right? Deuces.